Hi, in this one we're talking about 2D arrays. What is a 2D array? Well, a 1D array is a better question. So when we make an array, this is one dimension, right? We have one dimension of values. We have this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, right? Now, that's great, but here's a semi-related question. You can put anything inside of an array, right? You can save a string inside of an array. You can save an int inside of an array. You can save any kind of object, right? You can save anything inside of an array. So what if we wanted to make an array of integer arrays? You can make an array of arrays, okay? And this looks like this. Here's your main array, right? And each spot in this array has its own array in here, okay? Now this syntax is going to look weird, but you'll get used to it very quickly. So to do this, I can say I'm going to make an int array, a two-dimensional array, called my2d, and I'm going to make a new integer array. And let's put 3 values in this one and 2 values in this one. So this is going to look like this. I have my main array. This is my array of arrays. And there are three arrays with 2 things in each. So I have my main array, and it holds 3 arrays with 2 things each. And these are all ints. So when I do this, it initializes all of them to be 0, right? So I can do something like this. Print line my2d dot to string. Oh, no, it's arrays dot to string my2d. But watch this. Ah, a bunch of memory locations, right? That's so nice. Great. Okay. So, we need to do something else. This is just going through this first array and getting all of these, right? All these memory locations of these. We want to get the values in those. So we're going to need a for loop for this. We're going to need a freaking for loop for this. So we're going to do something like for each, I'm going to use an enhanced for loop. For each, let's say, for each array in my 2D array, we're going to toString that array. So I'm going to take this and put this right here. Arrays.toString the array. So this is going to get each array out of my 2D. It takes all 3 of them, and it puts them into a string. And it should go, oops, what'd I do? Int array. Awesome, we get them all out, okay? This might be very confusing. If this is, you can use another sort of loop, right? I'm going to use this one for now. What if I said, what if I want to change one of these values? What if I want to change this one right here? What if I want to change this one to an 8, right? This is 0, 1, 2. This is the first array, and this is the 0, 1 second index. Or I'm sorry, the first index of the first array. So I can do my2d 1, 1 equals 8, right? Awesome, that changes that, right? So we have the row and the column. First one's row, second one's column. So I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to, let me make this 11, and let's make this one 27. So this is really big, right? I'm going to make a 2-dimensional for loop. Watch this. For int I equals 0. I is less than, okay, watch this. My 2D dot length. Okay, what does this mean? This says get the number of arrays in our two-dimensional array and go through each of them. I plus plus. And for each of those arrays, I'm going to have a new variable. J equals 0. Actually, I'm going to rename these. I'm going to say row, okay? For each row, or another name that we could do is array. For each array in our list, this is, people don't usually say array, but I'm using it for now. Array int value, and then this is the value, right? Equals 0, while the value is less than array dot length array. I'm sorry. Value plus plus. All right. This is giant, right? This giant thing. For each array, go through all of its values. Each of its values should, let's see, my 2D at the array we want, at the value we want, right? We can say, like, I don't know, put array times value in there, right? What did I do? Array cannot be dereferenced. Oh, I gotta do my. Okay. Instead of this, I'm gonna use I. I'm just gonna use I. This is too much for me. I'm used to seeing I. Hold on. This is a good idea. Bad execution. Here we go. While j is less than 2d at 0 dot length, j plus plus, and we got I and j, and we got I times j. RE, I times j. All right. What'd I do? Oh, semicolon. All right, go. Do it. Okay, sweet. Okay, let's talk about what's going on in here. I'm going to loop through all 11 of these. All 11 arrays, right? I have a bunch of arrays. I have 11 arrays. For each array, before I move on to the next one, I'm going to go through every value in them. And I'm going to multiply the row number by the column number and save that in. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to, instead of saving something, I'm going to print it out. So print line my 2D at ij. All right. And not print line, I'm just going to do print. This should give me a big long string of numbers. Yeah. Okay. So instead of doing this, I need to print line just some empty stuff. This is going to, actually, teaching moment. I'm going to print out a new line character. So there's no new line right here, so it prints all the numbers one by one, right? And this one does have a new line. So this is what is saved inside. Oh my gosh, let me do a tab in here too. Plus, this will make it easier to read, /t. Okay. Perfect. All right, here are all of our numbers. All right, I gotta pull this over here. All right, so we got all the zeros. That's the first row. I'm gonna make these smaller actually so we can see them. Let me do a 10 by 10. That might be a little easier to think about. We got a 10 by 10. Easy. Here we go. Okay, so we have the first row is all zeros. The second row, all ones, right? And then times 2, times 3, times 4, and so on and so on and so on. Each of these, if we go down, right, all these zeros are the first column. This is an array. This is a new 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 array. This is an array of arrays, okay? If this is confusing, please come up to me. This one and the last video are very confusing concepts, but hopefully they click soon. We're going to do a lot of practice with these, so if you don't get it right away, that's okay. Keep coming back and referencing this video. The syntax is important, and drawing things out on a grid is important. Last thing, you can have 3D arrays, you can have 4D arrays, you can have 10,000 D arrays. Anything you want, so go crazy with it. All right, have a good one.